Hi, guys, and welcome back to the FPL Duo. We're back again for another stream. Fantasy football or Fantasy Premier League is over for now. We're taking a break from that. But the World Cup is now on the horizon. So we are going to be playing fantasy football for the World Cup, as we did say, and we're going to have content on it as well. So we thought we'd create a video and show our first drafts and also go through with the game in terms of rules and how it all works. Because no, just thought we'd make a stream on it. But yeah, excited for this video. Excited for the World Cup. Looking forward to it. Should be fun watching it all. But yeah, how you doing, Jordan? Excited for the World Cup coming up?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting World Cup, especially this time of year. It's not normally we have a World Cup around winter time, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it all unfolds.
Yeah, for sure. Looking forward to it. It starts on the 20th, isn't it?
Yep, 20th, and that's pretty much next Sunday.
This week, this Sunday.
Yeah, this Sunday.
Yeah. Anyway, let's bring up. Obviously, we're gonna bring our drafts up. We did 2 drafts, obviously mine and yours. We're gonna show both of ours and talk about why we picked the players, etc. But yeah, before we do get started, let's quickly make ourselves familiar with the rules because it is slightly different. I know we all play Fantasy Premier League and we're very good at that in terms of we know how to play that complete fully. But with this game, there is slight tweaks, so we thought we'd discuss. So I've brought up the website for the Fantasy World Cup, and I'm gonna quickly go through some of the rules with you guys. And before we start, if you are just joining the stream, guys, please do drop a like and also hit that subscribe button if you are new. So, introduction. Welcome to Fantasy Classic, where you can compete by creating your own team of 15 players who will score points based on the actual performances during the World Cup. So nothing new there. Registration, we'll leave that out. Nothing to really talk about in that sense. Team creation, so we get 15 players. Nothing's new. Same as Fantasy Premier League with 100 million budget and the formations. Nothing new there. There will be restrictions on how many players you can select per nation, depending on the stage of the tournament. So at the start, obviously, max 3 per nation in the group stages. Then when it's the round of 16, you will be able to have 4 players per nation. Quarterfinals, you're allowed 5 a nation. And in the semi-finals, you're allowed 6 players per nation. And in the final, you're allowed 8 players per nation. And obviously, that's because in fantasy, in the Premier League, this is a knockout competition. So when teams get knocked out, you're going to be able to have less teams. So you're allowed to pick more players. So especially for the final, you're going to have most of your teams from one team. So it makes sense they allow us to have more players as further we go into the competition. So that is something different. So yeah. Also, just seeing the rest. Okay, none of this is needed. Captaincy we've got to talk about because it's slightly different. So for each match day, so obviously in fantasy football we're used to game week. So game week 1, game week 2, game week 3, but in the World Cup it's done in match days. So there is 7 match days, I believe, and each match day we can do captain picks, and it's for each round basically. So for each match day, you must select a captain who will score double points for your team. Nothing new there. Double points for the captain. You will be able to change your captain by pressing the captain icon button. Okay, cool. You can change your captain an unlimited amount of times as long as the new captain selected is yet to play in the current match day. Well, this is where it gets slightly interesting and different compared to normal fantasy football that we play. So once your captain has played in the match day, you are able to change your captain once more for another player who is yet to play. If you choose to change your previous captain, you will lose their double points and your new captain will score double instead. So the way I explain this is, so in match day 1, let's say, for example, England play on Monday and let's say Brazil play on Wednesday. So let's say on Monday, I have Harry Kane. I'm going to captain Harry Kane. Let's say Harry Kane scores 5 points on Monday and he's my captain, so he's getting me 10 points. Do I stick or twist now? Do I keep Harry Kane with the 5 points he got me? Or do I change my captain to an upcoming player that's yet to play on Thursday, for example? So let's say I have Neymar who plays on the Thursday. I can change my captain from Harry Kane to Neymar as long as I do it before Neymar's played his fixture. So that is a big difference, guys, that you gotta be wary about. So you are allowed to actually change your captain picks once per match day, assuming the other player you changed to hasn't played yet. So I hope that made sense. So just very quickly, if you have a player playing on Monday and he scores you 5 points, you have a decision to make. Do you stick or twist? Do you keep the 5 points and risk and have the reward, or do you take a risk and move your captaincy over to another player that's yet to play? And that's the decision you got to make. So the captain choice, you can change it. So that's something different compared to what we're used to. So hopefully everyone does understand that. So yeah, substitutions. We've also got to speak about substitutions because this is something else that is slightly different with Fantasy World Cup instead of the Premier League. So when creating a team, you must also select 4 players to be located on your bench as your designated subs, one which must be a goalkeeper. Players on your substitute bench will score points each match day, but they will not count towards your score. Your subs will become active in your team and replace a DNP player in your starting 11 automatically if you have not made any manual substitutions during that match day. Your outfield bench players are prioritized 1 to 3, with the first priority substitute being the first player to replace a DNP player as long as it meets one of the valid formations. Automatic subs will only happen at the end of the match day, allowing you to make manual subs up until start of the final match of the match day. You are able to sub out a player in your starting 11 for a player on your bench who has not yet played in the current match day. So this is where what the interesting bit is, guys. I'm going to highlight it here. So you are able to sub out players basically, because in FPL this is not possible in FPL Premier League, where let's say we have our team and that is it, unless there's a unless that player doesn't play and you get the auto subs. But in this, it's slightly different. As I mentioned with the captains, you can sub out your captain and change captains. You can also do manual substitution. So let's say, for example, on your first team, you've got, I don't know, let's say you have Christian Eriksen who plays on Monday. And let's say Christian Eriksen blanked. And on the bench, you've got, I don't know, let's say you have Leandro Trossard on your bench. What you can do is before Leandro Trossard has played his game, you can sub Eriksen out and put Trossard in before their game. But that's what you can also do. So it's doing a manual sub. You can do manual substitutions. And as it says on the website, you are able to sub out a player in your starting 11 for a player on your bench, as long as they haven't played yet in the current match day. So bear that in mind, guys, manual substitution. So what you should do, guys, is on your first team, make sure you have players that play first. And then on your bench, have players that play last. So for example, Monday and Tuesday, let's say you have a few, your first 11 should be made with players that play on Monday and Tuesday, for example. And then Thursday and Friday players that play on those days, the later in on the game match day, you should have on your bench. So you can see how the guys do first on Monday. If any of them do bad, then you bring on the players that are yet to play. So your bench order will have to, you will have to think about it a bit more than normal, because you should, in theory, be playing players that play first and then have the bench players that play last. And then you could do the sub if you don't like what your players have given you in terms of points. So that's another thing to bear in mind, guys. That the captaincy and the substitutions. I know it might seem a bit complicated, but when you start playing, it's very simple, guys. Obviously, it might sound a bit complicated, but it's very simple. Nothing really changed. Obviously, it's just manual subs, and you can change your captain before each match day. And each match day usually lasts around a week as well. So you'll have time to change and do your subs. And if we'll cover it all on our channel anyway. So, so you don't miss out on anything. The other thing I've got to discuss is boosters. Now, it's called boosters in this game instead of chip. We've got, what's it called? We've got free hit, you got triple captain, you got bench boost, all that stuff. But in this game, it is slightly different. So there's wildcard, which we're familiar with. So will allow you to make unlimited transfers within a specific round. Cannot be used for the first round. Sorry, cannot be used for the first match of the group stage or the round of 16. Now, wildcard, we know this is a chip that we're familiar with. You get unlimited transfers. You can't use it obviously for the first match because we get unlimited transfers anyway, and you can't use it for the round of 16 because for those that don't know, we also get unlimited transfers in the round of 16. So after the group stages have finished, when we're getting into the knockout one game knockout games, we're getting unlimited transfers again. So what you should do in theory, I mean, the way I'm going to play it is use your wild card probably second match day, third match day. You want to use it before you want to use it definitely before we go into the knockouts, in my opinion, just because you can use and change your team completely up. So I'd be using that wild card quite early, probably in the second match day or third match day. But as it goes on, we get a lot of transfers anyway. So that is my thoughts on that. Also, 12th man is another chip which is quite new. We've not really heard about it before. I don't remember that being in the last Euros game. So just quickly talking about 12th man chip. So this will allow you to select one additional player to score points for your team in a match day. When selected, the 12th man cannot be substituted, captained, or transferred. You can select any player to be your 12th man, and a budget or team restrictions do not count here. So what essentially 12th man means is, so you have your first 11, and then you are allowed to select any player you want in the game. Doesn't matter about nationality, doesn't matter about price, and he will play for you as a 12th man, and you will get his points. So let's say, I don't know, you want to choose Kylian Mbappe. Let's say you've got your 11, your 15 players, and you want Kylian Mbappe in as well. You can literally just use the 12th man chip, bring in any player you want, Ronaldo, Mbappe, Kane, whoever you want, and then their points will count. So interesting chip. I'll probably use this quite early. So yeah, I recommend you use that 12th man chip probably on the early stages as well. You don't want to go too long with it. So I'd definitely use it early when there's a lot of goals to be scored in the early group stages. So yeah, that is something new. Power Captain as well. There's another chip called that, Power Captain. So this will allow you to get double points from whichever player scores the most points from your 15-man squad. This player will automatically be assigned the captaincy. So essentially what a Power Captain is, the computer will automatically select the best scoring player in your team for captain that week. So you're guaranteed to have a good captain that week if obviously they go and score. So this is just an automatic captaincy by the game, and that will depend on who scores the most points. So pretty good. I mean, it just saves you from having, going with the wrong captain option. So that is the chip, guys. And you will not be able to reverse a booster once it has been confirmed, and a booster will remain active up until the end of the current match day. A booster can only be used once, and multiple boosters cannot be used at the same time, which we know from Fantasy Premier League. Just quickly, transfers. You'll be given a limited allocation of free transfers to use over the course of the World Cup, depending on the stage of the tournament. So we get unlimited transfers now before the game started. Before start of match day 2, we get 2 transfers. Before match day 3, we get another 2 transfers. And as I said, guys, before the round of 16, so when the group stage is over, we do get unlimited transfers. So that's why when I come back to the wild card, you don't really want to use a wild card after, because you're going to get a wild card here in the round of 16. No point using a wild card in quarterfinals or semifinals, because look at the amount of transfers you get. You get 4 transfers heading into the quarterfinals. You get 5 transfers heading into the semifinals, and then you get 6 transfers before the final. So ideally, I'd be playing my wild card probably match day 2. Straight after we get unlimited transfers, play a wild card and change up your team. So that's what I'd be doing. So yeah, that is the way the transfers work, guys. No one free transfer a week. It is very different. You get a lot more transfers in the tournament style football. So during the group stage, 1 transfer can be carried over into the next group stage match day. However, due to the unlimited transfer limit between the last game of match day 3 and the start of the round of 16, you'll not be able to carry a transfer over at this stage. Okay, cool. That's nothing new that we need to think about. Has transferred out. Okay, none of this is that relevant really. I'm gonna try to keep it quite short, guys. I know the rules seem overwhelming, but it's fairly standard stuff. So scoring system, players will be awarded points based on their performances. So, nothing new here. Assist 3 points, yellow card -1, red card -2, own goal -2 as well. You also get points for winning a penalty, which is a bit different. And then conceding penalty -1. And these are just the way the goalkeepers are scored. So a clean sheet, 5 points, 9 points if a goalie scores, which is obviously different to FPL, where goalies and defenders get the same points if they score. And standard stuff really for defenders: 5 points for a clean sheet, 7 points for a goal scored. Midfielders, 5 points for a goal scored. You also get points for tackles and key passes, which is slightly different. So every 3 tackles a midfielder makes, you do get that 1 point, and then every 2 key passes, you get 1 point, which is different from Fantasy Premier League. And then for forwards, it's slightly different too. So goal scored, 5 points, but you also get 1 point for every 2 shots on target for a striker, which is slightly different as well. So, but that's nothing too difficult to understand. But yeah, so that is the rules pretty much, guys. Also, there's a mini league. We're going to have our mini league created, and I just want to show the match day schedule as well before we move on to our first drafts. So as you can see, match day 1 is the group stages. So there's 3 group stage match days. So first match day lasts from 20th of November to the 24th of November. So you're going to see the calendar. That is from Sunday to Thursday. So only 4 days, and then match day 1 is over. Match day 2 starts on 25th of November and it ends in the 28th of November. So that's match day 2 out the way. Match day 3 is 29th of November to the 2nd of December. And then after this period, when we've played all the group stage games, then next is the knockout stage with the round of 16. So this is the 16 teams left. Match day 4, where it gets a bit interesting, I think. So obviously you get the knockout stage, which is 3rd of December to the 6th of December. So literally 3 days. Match day 5 is the quarterfinals. So even less teams now in it. And that's from the 9th and the 10th of December. So 2 days for the quarterfinals to be played. Semi-finals is match day 6, and that's 13th of December and the 14th of December. So another 2 days to play the semi-finals. And then also the knockout stage, the final, and obviously the 3rd place playoff. But the final is, I believe, it says 17th to 18th of December here. Wasn't the final on, is it 18th of December? Yeah, my bad. So the final is on the 18th of December, and the 3rd place playoff is on the 17th. So after the 18th, that is it, guys. Obviously the final, and we will find out winner and everything. So yeah, that is the game, guys. 7 match days only. So there's no game weeks. We've got to get used to calling it a match day. 3 group stage rounds, and then you got your last 16, round of 16, and then quarterfinal, semi-final, final. So hope that makes sense. I don't want to talk too much, but I thought I'd mention the rules because it is slightly different to normal FPL with the captaincy and with even the chips, etc. So hope you guys understand, and it should be fun. So now the boring stuff is out of the way, the rules. We are going to bring up our teams that we've created for you guys to, our drafts. But before we start, we have got some comments. I'll let you take them, Jordan.
I've got a comment from Dominic George who says, "What you saying, lads? We're good, George. Very good. Hope you are as well." Another comment from Kimchi Patterson. He says, "Good evening, guys. Hope everything is good." Yeah, everything's good on our end as well. Thanks for joining the chat.
Yeah, so that was just me explaining the rules. Took a while, but now for the fun stuff, we are going to bring up our teams that we've created. So let's bring up my team first. And yeah, I've gone with so this is the team I've selected, guys. Now, sorry if the graphics ain't the best at this moment in time. We've just got the screenshot from the website at the moment, but the graphics will be sorted out for hopefully for when the World Cup does kick off. But Yeah, the website's a bit funny. Not a massive fan of the website, are you, Jordan?
No, it's a terrible interface. Whoever
Yeah,
designed it needs to have another think about how to redesign it, I think.
yeah. But let's talk about what I've selected. I want to bring up the fixtures first, though. Is there any way I can actually? Okay, I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna go and
Uh,
check. Is there any way I could bring the games up? Because I want to show you the the fixtures basically.
uh,
My team, upcoming fixtures. There you go. So yeah, I just want to have the fixtures basically just to show you. But anyway, in goal, I have gone with Danny Ward, who has a game against USA. Now I've picked Danny Ward just because I think he's a decent goalie. He's cheap. He's gonna start, I assuming, for Wales. They've got 3 games against USA, Iran, and England. So I'm hoping. Now I've seen him play in the Premier League as well, and that's why I've selected Danny Ward. I think he could be decent. He's cheap as always, isn't he? I think he's just checking 4.5 million. He's so not a bad price for Danny Ward, and I've decided to go there after he was being a bit of a troll at the start of the season. But he's my goalie, I think. I've gone with a back 4. So the first defender I've gone with is Kieran Trippier for England. He's got Iran in match day 1. Then he's got USA in match day 2. And then match day 3, he's got Wales. I've chosen Trippier purely because of his great start to the season in Newcastle. And I think I definitely wanted an England defender, whether it was Trippier or Luke Shaw. I was going to get one of the fullbacks, and I decided to go with Trippier just because I think he's been doing well, and I wanted an England defender in there. So yeah, he's in my team, and happy to see what he does. I'm quite excited to see England as well. Hopefully they have a good World Cup. Then I've gone with Denzel Dumfries at the back. So where is he? I'm just seeing Denzel Dumfries. I've gone with him mainly because we know he plays for Holland, and he's got a game against Senegal, isn't it? I believe in match day 1, and then he's got Ecuador, I think, and then Qatar. So he's in my team just because I did want a defender from Holland. So we know Holland are a decent defense. They do keep it quite tight. They got Van Dijk at the back, also De Ligt or whatnot. Ake as well is there. So yeah, I wanted to have a Holland attacking threat in there. I know Denzel Dumfries does like going forward as well, and hopefully he can get me something. I don't watch too much of Dumfries, but I remember him from the last tournament. He's quite attacking, so I thought I'd put him in there for a bit of attacking threat. I've also gone with Joachim Mæhle. Hope I said his name right. He plays for Denmark. I remember Mæhle in the last World Cup. Sorry, not the last World Cup, the Euros in 2020. He was quite a good defender in the sense that he was cheap. So he's 4.5 million. He's got a fixture against Tunisia, France, and then Austria. So he's cheap. And from what I saw last time in the Euros, he did play quite well. And Denmark are a decent defensive side, and I'm hoping they can keep a clean sheet in that fixture 1 against Tunisia. So Mæhle is in my team. I hope I said his name right. And then to complete the back 4, I have got in Pavard, Benjamin Pavard from France. Now, France do have an opening game against Austria, then Denmark and Tunisia. So we know France have 3 decent fixtures. I did want a French defender in there, and I think Pavard is one I'd rather go with because he does have that slight attacking threat where you can get an assist, maybe a goal. And he's also quite cheap at Pavard's 5 million, and I think it makes sense to go with him because I wanted a French defender, and I think he should start. So yeah, that's why I've included him because I want some cover for the French team. Moving on to the midfield. In midfield, I've got Steven Bergwijn, who's 7 million. Now, the reason I've included Steven Bergwijn, I know I've seen him a bit from Spurs. He's got decent fixtures as well. Senegal, Ecuador, and Qatar. And yeah, I wanted another Holland player in there. I think Holland might have a decent World Cup. I do back Holland as a bit of a dark horse. So I think Steven Bergwijn could be decent. Obviously, I've seen a bit of him. And yeah, why not So that's why I've pretty much gone with him. I just think he could be a good pick, and hopefully he's cheap at 7 million, and I thought to include him in that price bracket. That could change. Obviously, I'm not. He's one player that I'm not 100% sure on. He could come out my team before the deadline, but he's in for now. Leroy Sané is the other player on my list. He's got fixtures against Japan in match day 1. Match day 2, he's got Spain. And then he's got, was it Croatia? Not Croatia. Who has he got? Costa Rica, I think, isn't it? Germany. So, yeah, the reason I've got him in is Leroy Sané. I know him obviously from, watching Germany. Obviously, I don't watch so much football outside the Premier League. So, but I've gone with Leroy Sané because I know he's a top player, and I did want a German attacking player in there, and I thought Leroy Sané is the one to go for. We know what a player he is when he was playing the Premier League for City, and he's a top player. So Japan in match day 1 looks like a decent fixture for him, and hopefully he can get on the score sheet. Moving on, I have also included Perisic in my team, and he's actually listed as a midfielder in the game. Obviously, in the Fantasy Premier League, he's a defender, but I've included him because he's got some decent fixtures as well. So he starts off with Morocco in match day 1. Then he's got Canada in match day 2. And then he's got Belgium in match day 3. So Perisic playing in midfield. He's one of the key men for Croatia. And at 7.5 million, I think he could be a good pick. And we know he usually does well in tournaments, doesn't he, Perisic? And I think he should be fine in my team. And I don't think I'm going to change him. He'll probably stay in my team. And moving on to the forward line is where it gets a bit more exciting for me. As you guys can see, I have gone with Messi. So, I definitely wanted Messi in my team for this one. So, as we said, look at his fixtures. Match day 1, he's got Saudi Arabia. Match day 2, he's got Mexico. And then match day 3, he has Poland. Now, Messi, 10.5 million. We know Messi. There's not much to talk about, really. I wanted to put Messi in my team because why not? Argentina, one of the favorites to win the tournament. I believe they are the second favorites from the bookies odds. I think Brazil are first favorites, and then Argentina are second to win the whole tournament. I expect Messi to have a good tournament. We know it's his final tournament before he does retire. And yeah, I'm playing this game for fun, and I just brought in players that I want to play. I want to do well. So Messi's in my team, and hopefully he can have a good World Cup. And I'm excited looking forward to seeing him play. And yeah, that's why he's in my team. We know what Messi can do, and hopefully he can have a good tournament with Argentina. Moving on to the other forward in my team, and it is Neymar. Now, I've included Neymar because we know Neymar is Brazil's star man. He's their talisman. And if we look at his fixtures as well, match day 1, he's got Serbia. Match day 2, he's got Switzerland. And then match day 3, he has Cameroon. So, yeah, Neymar is in my team because I think he's going to have a good tournament as well, I believe. I think he's going to play down, just off the striker probably. And I expect Brazil, as I said, to have a good tournament as well. I think they are one of the favorites. Probably going to score a few goals. That game week 1 looks quite good. Sorry, match day 1 looks quite good against Serbia. Fixtures are not too bad. And we know Neymar's quality and brilliance from watching him play down the years. And yeah, I'm expecting big things from Neymar in this tournament. So that's why he's in my team. To complete the forward line, I've gone Memphis as well. I've included Memphis in my team because I think Holland have quite nice fixtures. Senegal, Ecuador, and Qatar. As I said already, I think he's a decent forward, 8.5 million. So he's not so expensive. And with the budget I had left, I thought, why not? Depay usually plays up front as well, I believe. I know he's a striker in this game, but he's quite. He plays up front along with. I forgot what I was gonna. I think it was Bergwijn as well. I've got Bergwijn in my team as well. I know Holland, and I feel like Memphis is one of Holland's main men in terms of getting the goals. So I thought I'd put him in my team. Moving on to the bench, I've got on the bench I've got Diego Costa, who is the goalkeeper for Portugal. So I think he should play. Let me know in the chat, guys. Does Diego Costa start for Portugal? Because I'm not 100% sure. So I've just included him in because I expect him to be Portugal's goalkeeper. And they've also got Ghana, Uruguay, and Korea. So maybe some potential clean sheets. And he's a goalie that I can sub in. So Ward, make sure you have two goalies that play on different days. So if Ward doesn't play well on the Monday, you can sub him out for Diego Costa on the Wednesday or whatever. So that's why I've gone with two goalies that play on different days. So Diego Costa is in my team. To complete the bench, I've got Jamal Musiala, who is the German midfielder. 8 million. We've spoke about Germany. The match day one fixture against Japan looks quite nice. Then they've got Spain and then Costa Rica. So yeah, I think Jamal Musiala, from what I know of him, I don't watch so much of the Bundesliga, I'm gonna be honest, but I know he's a top player, and from the bits I've seen for Bayern, he looks like a brilliant young player, and I think he's got a big future ahead of him. He's one to watch out in the future, I think, as a top player, and I'm excited to see what he does in the World Cup. I expect him to start as well, so hopefully he can have a good tournament. We know he's a brilliant, talented youngster, so we'll have to see what Jamal Musiala does, because I do think he's going to have a good tournament, and Germany as well. So yeah, Germany is interesting because I've got Sane and Musiala in my team, but I might change it. We'll see. But for now, they both are staying in my team. And then in the bench, I've gone with I've just added in Borna Sosa, who plays for Croatia. He's just a cheap 3.5 million defender. I don't know if he starts or not. Let me know, guys, if you know about Sosa more than I do, because I don't really have a clue who he is and who he plays for. But I've just included him in because he was cheap, and I think he starts for Croatia. So let me know, guys, if he does. And then to complete the bench, I've gone Leandro Trossard on the bench for Belgium, because I was looking at my team and I didn't have any Belgian players, and Trossard's only 5.5 million, and he's got nice fixtures against Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. So I've decided to include him in as well, just because I wanted some Belgium attacking players because I don't have any. And I expect him to have a decent tournament. He's played very well so far this season in the Premier League for Brighton, and Trossard hopefully can do something. Now, the only slight worry with Trossard is he actually going to start? Because I've heard some rumors that he may not start for Belgium, and he might be Hazard or someone like that. So let me know, guys, in the chat, for any of you that are more in the know in terms of who's going to start for Belgium in that left-sided role. So Leandro Trossard, if he plays, and I get hopefully press conferences and team leaks, if I hear Trossard is going to play, then he stays in my team. But if I hear otherwise, I'll probably transfer him out. But Trossard at 5.5 million against Canada, Morocco, and Croatia, he could be a good pick, guys. Let me know what you guys think. So that is my team out the way. Hopefully you guys like it. Let me know what you think of my team. Do what players would you rather have it instead, or do you think I should have included someone else instead of the players I've gone with? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys, for my team. And if you are just joining in, please do smash the like button and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. We have a lot of World Cup content to come, and we're going to cover it all the step of the way to the final. So if you do enjoy that, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Anyway, Jordan, done a lot of speaking. Let's bring you in and talk about your team and the players you've selected, and just go through roughly why. And also, I just want to say, guys, we don't watch too much of football outside the Premier League. So a lot of the players we've picked, it's more for fun picks and the players that we want to see do well. So we are just playing this more for fun. Obviously, fantasy Premier League is just a lot more serious, and we like to see ourselves as a bit more of a, I don't know, what's the word? Not a casual, or the opposite of a casual. But with this, it's probably playing a bit more casually, having fun with it, etc. But obviously, we hope to get a good rank as well. But anyway, Jordan, let's bring up your team and talk us through the players you've gone with.
Okay, so we will start off with the goalkeeper, who is Bernd Leno. So as you know, Leno, he does play in the Premier League. He plays for Bournemouth, goalkeeper. He's not had a great season in the Premier League, but he is a cheap option to have as a goalkeeper at 4.5 million. I'm not sure if he starts as the main goalkeeper for Germany. So
He
He's
plays
a
for
bit.
Fulham, right? He said Bournemouth, I think.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Fulham.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I
he plays for Fulham. My bad. Yeah. With Bernd Leno, I'm just not sure if he's actually a starter for um, Germany in that
mm,
sense, but I do have him there just in case he does manage to be a first goalkeeper for Germany, as he is a cheap option. Uh, Moving on to the defense, I've got three at the back. The obvious one is Trippier. I think he has definitely proven himself to be the best England defender you could possibly go for, and especially the season he's having with Newcastle in the Premier League. I definitely think he is a decent pick as one of the England squad as well, especially for defender wise. He does have an attacking threat. He's great at taking free kicks, as we've
hmm
seen. He has taken one against Man City and scored a nice one. So he does have that attacking yet defensive role that he can play in this England squad. And he is considerably cheap at 5 million. I was kind of expecting him to be a little bit more expensive, but thankfully, yeah, he's quite cheap for 5 million. So yeah, definitely first defender, England player. Moving on, we do have a lot of people will know this one as well. Virgil van Dijk, who does play for Liverpool. Uh, Again, they have great fixtures. The Netherlands, they got Senegal, Ecuador, and Qatar in first three match days, which all look really nice in terms of difficulty rating. They're all green fixtures, and there's no other better defender I probably would have gone for is rather than Van Dijk, because we have seen him in the Premier League for Liverpool, the outstanding brick wall that is hard to pass through, mighty giant, and yeah, he's definitely a favourable pick for me. Definitely keeping clean sheets, I imagine, and obviously stopping those attackers from obviously getting past him. My last offender is yet again João Cancelo. So it's the Portugal defender. A lot of people know obviously he plays for Man City. 6 million in price, so not too bad either for his quality. I do expect Portugal to do well in this World Cup, uh, even though there's been issues with certain players, but I
yeah.
do have faith that Portugal can keep.
We're not going to get
Yeah,
into the Ronaldo stuff.
yeah. That's another story for another day. But yeah, with Cancelo, I think it'll be interesting to see what he does because he plays well for Man City. So I'm intrigued to see what he does for Portugal. I know he's quite a decent player wherever he plays in what team and club. So yeah, he is my third defender choice that I've gone with at the moment.
hmm
So that is the defense and goalkeeper spoken about. I will move on to the midfield. So my first midfielder is Trossard. Um, I could have gone for Kevin De Bruyne, but I felt like he was too expensive at 11 million. And I looked at a cheaper option for in terms of Belgium, and I saw Trossard's name pop up. And at 5.5 million, he's quite a decent price midfielder pick, especially the season he's had so far in the Premier League. He's been quite good for him. Um, Whether he starts or not is another question. Wouldn't know that at all. Probably has to come closer to the time of actual lineup for Belgium, if whether Trossard is in it or not. But for the moment, he is a pick on my side in terms of midfield because Belgium do have nice fixtures from match day 1 to 3. So yeah, he is my first midfielder pick. My next midfielder pick is De Jong, who another Netherlands player. Similar reason, Netherlands have great fixtures, and I do want a attacking player as well. And De Jong, I've watched him play many games, but I do know he is a great asset to have in the team. Um, and as my second Netherlands player, there wasn't really another option I could really go for that I like.
hmm
But for now, I'll go with De Jong. he is a bit expensive at 8.5 million. So maybe that changes if I get someone cheaper or someone for a different team. But for now, I have gone with De Jong. My next midfielder is, a lot of people will know this one, is Phil Foden. Same price as De Jong at 8.5 million, and is the second England player that I've selected in my team. He hasn't scored many in the Premier League for Man City, but I do expect him to score a lot in this World Cup. I do think he'll do well. Come with England's first 3 matchday fixtures, which are one of the best fixtures that a team has. So England have Iran first, and then they have USA, and then they play Wales. So there's 3 decent match day fixtures there
Yeah.
for England, and I think definitely Phil Foden is a good pick in terms of the midfield, because I do like him when he plays for Man City. When he does start, he is a great attacking threat, and I feel like for England he's going to be a good standout.
Mhm.
My fourth pick, I don't honestly have much to say about this fourth pick. I just picked this player because he's cheap midfielder, but also because Argentina do have nice fixtures as well as England. They have who do they have first?
Who was that?
Argentina.
Argentina. I
Yeah.
need to see who they have actually. Hold on, let me check. Upcoming fixtures. Argentina play Saudi.
Oh yeah. So they have
So
Saudi Arabia matchday 1, and then Mexico matchday 2, and then they play Poland in matchday 3. So yeah, 3 nice fixtures again for Argentina.
yeah,
It's just nice to include a Argentina midfielder like Rodrigo. I don't honestly know much about that player, but I had picked him nonetheless just to see
yeah, yeah. He's a
how
good
he.
player, Rodrigo de Paul.
Yeah,
I mean, you'd want an Argentine midfielder, I think, because I think they're gonna have a good tournament anyway.
yeah, definitely. And I did see his selection was a little bit high, like 13% have selected him. So I imagine that he is a pick in a few people's eyes. But yeah, he is my fourth midfielder. Now, moving on to the front three, and this is probably the favorite part of my team that I like. But the first pick is obviously Messi. As there's not much to say about this pick because we all know how great Messi is as a player, and obviously we've spoken about that this will be his last World Cup, so he's going to give all that he can to win this World Cup and
Mm.
end his legacy on a high in terms of that. So as a pick for 10.5 million, is definitely, I'd say, a must-have, or definitely one that you would consider to have in your own team as one of your forward choices, as Argentina will strive to
Yeah,
do their very best in this competition.
yeah.
So
They're probably one of the favorites. Would you say?
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely a
definitely.
strong favourite to win
Mm.
this World Cup. Next we have, which completes my triple up of the England squad, and that is Harry Kane. Uh, I think this is another, again, an easy pick. We know Harry Kane; he's a goal machine, especially in the Premier League at the moment, scoring here, there, everywhere, and I don't see why that should change in the World Cup. I mean, if England have a
Bullish
decent
on
World Cup,
England. I was gonna say you're quite
sorry.
confident for England.
I mean, for the first 3 matchday fixtures, yes, I'll say England. I'll say I'm pretty confident.
Mm.
I
Okay.
might that might completely backfire,
Yeah, we'll see.
but yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, Harry Kane as an obvious pick. He's on penalties, same as Messi.
Yeah.
So if there is a penalty, Kane will take it, and he's a great penalty take. He rarely misses
Hmm.
when he has the opportunity, and he is the, say, outstanding striker for England, scoring a lot of goals in the Euros. So yeah, Harry Kane is my second forward choice. Moving on to the third forward choice, and that's Neymar. Uh, Again, I expect Brazil to have a great tournament and possibly win it as well. They are favourites to win the
Yeah.
World Cup.
The bookies'
Um,
favorites.
yeah, and they have again great fixtures against Serbia in the match day 1. They got Switzerland in match day 2, and then Cameroon in match day 3. So again, 3 green fixtures for Brazil to start off their tournament with, and with Neymar behind that as well as the key striker for Brazil, and the team that Brazil take with them as well, such as if Martinelli plays in that team, for example, been a great asset to Arsenal in terms of that. Nice Brazilian link up there with Neymar. And yeah, obviously
Hmm.
we know how great Neymar is as well as a player. And this is also potentially his last tournament as well. So similar reasons to Messi, I think Neymar is going to give all he can to win this tournament for Brazil. So he is a player to look out for, especially in the first 3 match days,
Hmm.
and with the fixtures that he has as well, he can definitely score a lot of goals in them. So that is pretty much how my starting 11 is lined up at the moment. I'll just briefly talk about the bench options that I've gone with. So same with us, I've gone with Diego Costa.
Yeah. I don't know much about him, but I thought I'd put him in.
Yes, similar reason. I've not a clue much about Diego Costa, but I did see he was 5 million, and his selection was considerably.
I think he does. Hopefully, he does start for Portugal.
Yeah, hopefully it does. I mean, 11% selected. I mean, there must be some insight to that he should start, but we'll see close to the time whether he does or not. My next pick is Christian Romero for Argentina defender. Uh, I guess this is like a triple up uh, on the Argentinian side. I guess I wanted to include a defender that I may want to switch out for, depending
Hmm.
on what fixture Argentina has. So at 5.5 million, it's not a bad, it's cheap option to go for, and it does complete the triple up on Argentina as well with Rodrigo and Messi in my team as well. So yeah, I just went with that to see how it possibly goes. I mean, he's considerably selected, 6.9% have got him in their team.
Yeah,
So
he should start as well.
yeah,
Assuming if he's fit, he should play as well.
so yeah, he's a decent cheap start to go for as well. My next pick, you probably know this person as well if you watch the Premier League, is Alex Telles. He was formerly a Man United defender, but he's obviously Brazil. He plays for Brazil, and
Is he
he's for.
going to the World Cup?
I have no idea
I,
if he is
I
not.
think. Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, he
Uh,
is. Sorry, I think he is. Yeah.
all right. So yeah, if Alex Telles plays, or he is an option on my bench in that case as well.
Hmm.
And it's another Brazilian player set for Neymar to have on the team, especially in the first 3 match days. It might be nice to have a Brazilian defender that might keep a clean sheet as well, like Telles. I also know the player as well, as he was a former Man United defender as well. So yeah, that is why I've gone with Telles. The last pick, who is my midfielder, is Nawaf Al Abed. I hope I said that correctly. If not, I apologize. Well, he's
Yeah.
a Saudi Arabia midfielder who is 4 million. I'm assuming this player will start for
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia, as I think I've just gone for this player as he is cheap at 4 million. I just thought
Yeah.
just because of the budget was a bit tight, I thought I'll go for a player that is cheap like that and see what he may do. I mean, they don't
Yeah.
have the greatest fixtures. They got Argentina, then Poland, and then Mexico in the first 3 match days. But I guess Mexico is not too bad for them. We'll have to see. But he's
Yeah.
just another bench option in case someone in my team I don't really prefer. But for now, he is there in my team nonetheless. But that completes my team. Pretty much my 15 players that I've picked so far for the World Cup.
Okay. Thank you for that. I'm gonna read a few comments out, and then yeah, we'll discuss a bit more, and then yeah, we'll see. We've got Dan in the chat. He says Mela is a baller. Yeah, I do agree. Lukata in the chat as well. Vlahovic is bagging against Brazil. He says is bagging against Brazil, I should say. Elliot says, "Hey guys, which app must I download to play World Cup Fantasy? FIFA Plus is not working." So, as far as I'm aware, there is no mobile app, so you can't download anything from iOS or the Android store. Google Store. So you'll have to use the actual website, which is play.fifa.com. I will leave the link in the description of the actual website. But if you go on Google and just type in Fantasy World Cup, it's literally the first thing that pops up. And double check if that is the case. If you type in Fantasy World Cup, yeah, literally the first one, play.fifa.com, and that should work. But there is no mobile app as far as I'm aware. Unless there is, let me know, guys. But yeah, I don't think there is a mobile app. Bish one at car. League code is not working. This is the other thing actually I was going to mention. So I have put the league code up on the screen because I've just created a league. Jordan, can you join the league and let me know what it says?
Yeah, I can try.
Yeah, please try join the league and see if it works, because I'm seeing in the comments that it's showing that league list is empty. So hold up, let's check this out first. So my leagues, the league's called the FPL Duo. I have got in settings, it says I've got 2 teams on here anyway. It says I've got Toronto, Tokyo, whoever that is. I'm assuming that's you. But yeah, did it let you join? I'll let you do that.
Yeah, I'll bear with me for 1 minute on that one.
Yeah, I'll let you do that. Got a comment as well from Lucato who says, "By the way, Jordan, Germany took Neuer, Trapp, Ter Stegen, Leno isn't even going." Yeah. So also the weird thing about this website is there are some players included in the game that aren't actually even going to the World Cup. So for example, I was scrolling on what's it, the Spain squad, and Thiago Alcantara. We know he's not going to the World Cup, but he can be selected in the game. So be careful, guys, because the website isn't fully updated. There are some players showing up that aren't actually even going to the World Cup, like a Bernd Leno or a Thiago Alcantara, for example. So hopefully they do sort that out the game and remove the players that aren't going. So to stop confusing people. But yeah, Jordan, you're probably gonna have to get that changed up. Obviously Leno ain't going to the World Cup.
Oh, that's good to know. Thank you, Lucata, for letting me know that.
Kimchi as well says that's me. So I'm assuming the league should be working. Let me know, guys. If please do try join the league, and if you can't join, do let me know. For those that can't join, if you try again, this one at it should let you if you use this code. So the code is that 0? I think it's a 0J67QFHW. If you can copy and paste it into the join league section. One thing I will say about the website, I'm not a fan of the website. It's a bit cluttery and it's a bit confusing as well, this website.
I can't even, when I go to search for the league, it doesn't even come up.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, it worked. It worked for Kimchi.
Yeah, for when I type in the FPL Duo in the search tab, it says
no, you have to type in the league code.
Wherever else I do that on the website though.
Hold on. So you go in leagues and then join leagues, and then it says search for a league, and you type the code in there.
Oh, you type the code in there. We type the name of the team in there.
No, the league code.
Oh, okay, that's why it didn't work. That's a bit contradictory though. They have a search bar there.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's more for public leagues because it's a bit different. There are public leagues and there's private leagues as well. I've done a private league. Maybe I should have done a public league. I don't know. But I have done it private. Did you find it?
Yep, I've joined.
Okay, I'm gonna see now if I can see that if you've joined. So my leagues. Click on the league. Yeah, I see you. I see you on the league. The FPL Duo YouTube. All right, cool. So Yeah, guys, do not type the league name in. Don't type the FPL Duo in. It's not going to work for whatever reason. You'll have to use the actual league code. And if you copy and paste it in, it should let you join. So if you want to, guys, try again. For those that haven't joined the league, do join the league if you can and see, and to compete against us, see if you can beat us. And yeah, it should be good. But yeah, that has been the first draft video, guys. We are going to have more videos out. We still don't know the format as the way we're going to do it. So we will have our draft we'll probably do a final draft video for match day 1. We'll also be back after match day 1 actually finishes and do like a knee-jerk reaction for match day 1. We'll be doing that for every round. So the 7 match days, we'll have 7 videos and 7 team selection videos. So we're doing team selection and we will be doing knee-jerk live reactions to every single round, and we'll be discussing our points, etc. So do subscribe so you don't miss out on any content. This was just the first video showing our drafts for match day 1. So I hope you guys did enjoy. If you have, please do drop a like and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Anything else you want to add, Jordan?
Pretty much that is it. I was just thank you for everyone for your comments in the comment section, obviously, and your questions. And for those watching still, yeah, join the league if you want.
Yep. I'm going to take this off the screen now. But yeah, just close it up. We are going to be back for probably... We might do another video on Friday, possibly, which is the final team, our team selection. So we'll probably do that. Maybe we'll see. And then we'll be back again after match day 1 has finished to talk about our scores of our team and how we done after match day 1. So we'll still be releasing content on that. So do tune in for that. Should be good. But yeah, this has been it, guys. This has been the match day 1 draft. Let us know your comments. Let us know who you're selecting. Let us know if you're playing as well. Yeah, should be good. But yeah, that is it from the FPL Duo. Hope to see you guys on Friday, maybe. That's the next time I think we probably stream. Or maybe Thursday. We'll decide. But we'll put out a tweet just for those that don't follow us yet. Do check us out on Twitter, the FPL Duo. We're on there if you want to chat to us. And yeah, that's it from us. And hope to see you guys Thursday or Friday. We'll let you know. And yeah, take care and have a good rest of the week, guys.
Yeah, take care, guys. See you soon.